pressing live now. Just loading. Brilliant. So I think we are live. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Online Events Made Simple. Although today it wasn't so simple, I've had a few tech issues, so apologies that we are slightly late and I'm recording from my phone. But I'm Rihan and I'm the Marketing and Events Manager from EventMind. And today I'm joined by Bradley Richardson. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me on the podcast, first of all. So my name is Bradley Richardson and I'm the founder of CloudPresent, which is an online recording platform.
Exciting. So at CloudPresent, what do you actually do? I love the name. It's very vague. So for people listening, they might be a bit unsure on what your platform actually does. Are you an event technology platform or do you help event organizers out there?
So what CloudPresent essentially is, it's a online recording platform at the moment that manages, records, and we also edit your virtual event content. So we've tried to really streamline the process of creating your virtual event content, because live sometimes works, like we've seen in the beginning of this podcast. You can always have some problems. So anything that you can pre-record, we recommend that you do, even just having it as a plan B. And the way that we do this is we try to simplify it, where we just give you a link and you send that to your speakers. They click on it, record, and then we edit it. We try to keep it very short and simple and sort of take it off your hands in a good way, that we fully handle your video content, which is quite nice.
That sounds great. And I mean, this is literally real life. It just shows that, you know, if you are hosting virtual events, virtual meetups, things go wrong. Like right now, my internet is playing up, hence why we were a few minutes late. So it just shows as well the need for pre-record. I think.
Yeah, these things happen.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people are starting to realize, like, we're organizing an event currently where we're like, if we can pre-record content, why wouldn't we? Because, you know, it saves you time. You can actually make sure everything's going to go smoothly, and it reduces kind of the barrier for anything going wrong. What do you typically find event organizers come to you for? Is it kind of the need for convenience or just the help?
I think the main thing, well, how we started in the beginning, our main goal was to increase the quality of these videos. So we saw that people were screen recording their Microsoft PowerPoint, or they were just a tiny box in the bottom left corner and you couldn't really see the speaker. So our initial problem that we were solving was to increase the quality of the video. But then we realized, once we started doing more and more and talking to more event planners and organizers and companies, is that another problem was that it was sort of all over the place.
Yeah.
So they had recordings come in from different clients, customers, and one was a Zoom. So it just recorded everything. And then one was a screen recording without any camera. So the consistency, the organizing was all over the place. So we've actually incorporated more and more of managing and organizing the speakers, the content into our platform as well. So it's become a bit of both. We increase the quality, but we also help you organize and keep it all in one place and out of your hands. So like I said before, in a good way, we take it off your hands, and you know that it's fully handled, and we keep you up to date with that, which is quite nice.
That sounds great. I think as well, the need is there. Like a lot of people, virtual events are new. I think a lot of people didn't realize kind of the need for pre-recorded content.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people just think you just get on a Zoom call and everything's fine, everything goes great, but it just shows that it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people come to your event to watch. The content is what runs the event. You can have a smart platform with all the bells and whistles, but people want to see the speakers. They want to see the content that you're making.
Exactly. Yeah. And what's your background like? So obviously you need kind of a key for eye and creativeness to be able to put these good videos together.
Yeah. So myself, I am a video editor. So I have a degree in film. So I'm trying to sort of bring that side to the event platforms or to the event industry, which is quite a nice way to look at it, because like I said, I saw how the quality of the video, and I knew that this could be improved by just doing a few simple things. So sort of bringing the film side to the event side and trying to mash them up in the middle. So I've been doing that for about over 5 years now. And
Wow.
then we just created a platform that makes it easier as well. Instead of doing the whole Zoom, send us your Zoom recording or send us your Microsoft Teams recording, we actually just do it ourselves, which is a really nice benefit. So yeah,
Definitely.
trying to improve it in all angles and make it
Yeah,
easier for
exactly.
everyone.
But I think that's great. It just shows that you are following the trends and you are trying to keep up with what everyone's actually wanting.
Which is moving very fast.
Very fast. We were literally just saying before this, I mean, we've been hosting these podcasts since October, and every week there's a new development on whether live's coming back, whether people are going to virtual, hybrid. It's just nonstop.
Yeah, the week before becomes relevant.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I think by next week's podcast, it's going to be completely different again.
Yeah, it's going to be virtual reality next week.
Yeah, it's just never ending.
Yeah.
And the thing that I find super interesting about Cloud Present is that you were actually COVID born. So the company started up very, very shortly after kind of the world come crashing down for us all. What made you what was the motive behind creating the platform?
So like I said, I think it was the main thing was me watching. I mean, everybody had to sit inside and watch what was being put online. And I think you were right in saying that people just sort of thought it was a Zoom call, or they just had to screen record or just take even just PowerPoints and put them up. And I think just putting a little bit more effort in and thinking a bit more about that content and how you can present, because I mean, if you think about Netflix, all your streaming services, everything you watch on TV, majority of it is pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And we've had a bit of I wouldn't call it backlash, but if you talk to people about pre-recorded, they say they would rather do live because they don't like the pre-recorded route. And we get it, because there's things that live can do that pre-recorded can't, just like Q&A and all of that. So we're not trying to replace live. We just think there's a purpose for both of them. But everything you are watching, or majority of what you're watching online, is pre-recorded. So to say that it's not the same thing is a little bit counterintuitive. So I think just putting a bit of effort or thought into it, you can really make some good content for your virtual events. There's ways around the making it look live aspect of it. So preempting the questions that you could get, giving the audience questions so that you can answer them in the chat alongside your presentation that's going along. So yeah, the main thing was to increase the quality of the video content.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. And what's the benefits of using a service like you? Is it so much like, obviously you're able to, I mean, it puts so much time off of your hand, doesn't it? So what's your views on that?
So for using an external service like us, there's two sides to the benefits, and we say that it comes in two forms. So you have benefits for the company or the event organizer or event planner, and then you also have the benefits for the speakers. So to start with the event organizers, is that from the get-go, everything's fully handled. So immediately once you've contacted us, you sort of know that weight is off your shoulders. You don't have to sort of think about that anymore. We just keep you up to date. And how it goes is, so like I said in the beginning, we send you a link. So we create a unique link for a unique recording link for your event. So we'll send you one link. So that's another benefit. Instead of sending 30 links to 30 people and making sure it's the right link, we just send you one link. So we've made that more convenient, and then we figure out who's recorded on our platform and then update you regarding that. So that's one benefit there. Another big benefit is that once they've recorded on our platform, which is, by the way, it's super easy to use. We've also made sure that the platform is really easy and there's only a few buttons to press. Because we've noticed the more you give, the more you have to explain. So we try to keep it very simple. But once we get the footage, so once we get the webcam and the screen, we can pretty much do anything. So the visual customization is quite endless, which is a really nice benefit to have. Obviously, if you give people the world, they don't quite know what to do. So we do also have templates that we can guide you to do what we think is appropriate. But if you do have something that you want to do where you have 17 cameras in one shot, or you have one coming up after the other. We can do that now, instead of you being stuck to the Zoom format or the Teams format or whatever format you're using. You can now pretty much do whatever you can imagine, which is quite nice. And then another benefit for the companies is that once they've recorded on our platform, we have that footage. So what we've had other clients do is that if they have more than 4 events a year, they normally take the content from the previous event and they make it for on-demand content for the next event. So we can rebrand the presentations that were done for the past event, we can rebrand them to your next event. So making an on-demand library for your next events is quite nice. A nice benefit for the attendees who attend that next event. And then also for the speakers, I was saying there's benefits for them too, is that link that we give them, it's available till after the event that they're speaking at. So instead of organizing a time with them, they get a link that they are able to access at any time that's convenient for them, instead of convenient for the company or the event organizers. So if a Sunday morning at 9:30 is good for the speaker to record their presentation, they can jump on and do that comfortably in their house, in their settings, make sure the background looks nice and everything, make sure no one interrupts through the room or anything like that. So giving the speaker the flexibility, we thought, is a very nice benefit. And then also, when they record on our platform, we tell them that they don't have to do it all in one shot. So if they come on and they have a 10-minute presentation, but they take 20 minutes because they were redoing slides and stuff, our editors then cut that out and make sure that their presentation looks good at the end. Because to get your full presentation done in 10 minutes and you only have 10 minutes is quite difficult. I remember we got asked to do a pitch for an event and we had to book a time with them or their AV company, and we only had 10 minutes to do a 10-minute pitch. And we were sort of freaking out about it. We were like, well, what happens if we don't get the pitch correct in those 10 minutes? And then from there, you don't see what they've edited until the actual event. So that's a nice thing. We also, like I said, we keep you up to date on what it looks like, what it could look like, what it could sound like, everything like that. So you see all your content before your event actually goes live, which is quite nice as well. So the benefits for pre-recording and for using us are quite vast, which is a very nice position to be in for us.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I think, like you said, it takes the stress out of, it takes the stress out of the event organizers and for the speakers. I think a lot of speakers, it could be so daunting speaking live at an event. Like you said, if you, I've been in the position where you're, speaking on a round table or you're presenting something and you've got 10 minutes. 10 minutes is not long, especially if you do mess up. It's so nice just to have it all. For the event organizer side, it's going to be, it's going to be perfect because they've had the chance to re-record it, get it to the place they want it to be at.
Yeah, and another way to look at that is that some people aren't English speaking or that's not their first language. And we've had people on our platform before that really do it slide by slide and make sure that slide, if English isn't their first language, they do that slide properly, then take a break, take a sip of water, whatever, and then go on to the next one. They do it bit by bit, which actually, it opens the speaking or the speakers up to a lot more events, a lot more opportunities. I know I wouldn't get on a stage, but I probably would, but it's very nerve-wracking. So if you are able to have the choice between pre-recorded and live, and they sort of come out at the same standard, probably even better if you're doing pre-recorded, because you can then say, okay, can I actually redo that? I would go pre-recorded most of the time, unless it's Q&A, like I said. But I see it's a big benefit, yeah.
Definitely. And obviously, just before we went live, we were talking about how, the events industry is never changing, always changing. So we've been through the stage of live, then virtual, now hybrid. Where do you see your company going? Obviously, we were saying pre-record is a bit more difficult and maybe not as necessary for live events. How do you see your company adapting to the industry?
That's quite a tricky one. So we are looking at expanding our platform into a live platform as well. That will come later down the road, and we're focusing more on pre-recorded at the moment because there's a lot of competition in the live sector.
There is.
But I think pre-recorded will always be there, and I think hybrid will always be there now. So the virtual part of these live events will always be there, and I think it'll be a shame if it goes away. I think we do need live events, but once you make it virtual, you open it up to the world, which is quite an incredible thing. And if you do have, like I said, an on-demand library, anything like that, or just the editing services of us taking your content and making it look good, there's always an option there. So there's always ways to pivot. But we think virtual will be around for quite a while, and we think it's even just for smaller events. Doesn't necessarily have to be your 1,000, 10,000 plus attendees. It can be smaller events for any company, really.
Yeah, definitely. And also, obviously, everyone's faced challenges this year in terms of, I mean, you created, fully ramped up your brand in the middle of a pandemic. What challenges did you face? I'm sure you faced a couple, whether knowing if you're going to fit in the market, things going wrong, which we've shown in this podcast, things do go wrong. So what challenges did you face?
I think the first challenge, like I said, we thought we were fixing we wanted to fix the quality of the videos, and then we realized there was another problem, but we sort of were focused on the fixing the quality problem and not saying, we're not a management company. So the first thing was letting go of what you wanted to be and sort of just helping the industry out. If they need something, you bring it in, if it obviously fits with your model. I would say another challenge was seeing things from our customers' eyes. So like I said, we've made the platform very simple to use, but in the beginning it wasn't so simple. So things that are difficult for us are easy for other people, and vice versa. So we sort of had to put away your views as what's simple and ask them. So get feedback, ask them questions. What does this mean to you? What does this mean to us? And then sort of try and work together to try and get something that actually is on a basic level easy for everybody to use, instead of us just saying, well, don't you understand what that means? Don't you understand what this means? It's asking and talking to people, which has become a really big thing in our company. Yeah,
no, it sounds great. And I mean, we've definitely said the benefits of pre-record. It's just, I think it's always an option there. It, it prevents things going wrong. It makes speakers feel a lot more laid back. But also for organizers, you've got the risk of maybe speakers not showing up, their internet being down that day. I think it sounds great. And if anyone wanted to find you or your company, or they just have questions about, why they should be pre-recording their content, where can they come and find you?
So you can send me an email at bradley@cloudpresent.co. You can message me on LinkedIn if you would like, and we can run you through demos of our platform. We can even give you a test link that you can have a look at. So yeah, if you're interested, contact us, because we'd love to help you out, even if it's just to have a look at it, just to be curious.
Yeah, lovely. It's been so nice speaking, Bradley. Apologies for anyone listening who might have seen some tech issues, but I think we've got through it and we're still here. So thank you everyone who tuned in. Bradley, it's been so lovely speaking. I'm sure we'll speak in the future. And I hope everyone has a fab week. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.